Welcome to Fast Stang 444. I really need your help. I'm trying to grow my channel, so please subscribe and help me get to 1,000 subscribers. This was the next game after 3 wins in a row, and I am over here near this church overlooking the village near Tunnel Road. I like to go up here overlooking this village, so when the game starts I quite possibly would see drops. Well, I am not seeing a drop, but I am going to move just to the other end of this village. Sometimes there is a drop over at this end. Well, there are not any drops here, so open up the map. I can see I'm actually not very far outside of the next arena, so I can drive around. Trying to find some sort of drop at the beginning here. Oh, here we go. I was looking over towards this tunnel. Here's a Audi S1 level 4. Started heading into the tunnel, and I decided to go back over towards roughly around Cascade Falls. Downstream from Cascade Falls there are potentially drops over here, and if I continue actually on this line it would lead me over towards Atlantis de Tula. See the T-shaped intersection now on this road over here, and I know this is on the west side of Atlantis de Tula, and I see a car right in front of me, and they are heading away from the direction of a head-to-head. Surprisingly, they turn and they are in a much faster Audi RS6. That is more of a level 5-6 speed vehicle. But I do have the momentum, and it looks like the finish is over towards the intersection on the highway just beyond this hill over here on the left. So let's get through here without hitting anything. It looks like I may be able to beat them, which is a surprise. Like I said, that is a much faster vehicle, so I believe the route they are taking was inferior to the route I am taking. And just as I anticipated, this finishes over near the intersection on the highway, actually just north of it. And I am, at this point, considering taking the Audi RS6, depending on what is offered. Although usually when I get into the Audi RS6, I will use it to take a level 5 or 6. So this is a level 5 Maserati Levante. Even though it's slower than the Audi RS6, I can use this to engage in a head-to-head and get into a level 6 and continue leveling up. That is the plan. And here's a vehicle right here. What are they in? Oh, they are in a level 1 Volkswagen Beetle. So I should be able to catch them. Alright. Guessing it would go this direction, and I miscalculated. It goes back roughly around the direction of Atlantis to Tula, where I just came from. Yes, it does. So I will start heading over towards the hill, and there is actually in free roam a danger sign. So I will pretty much take that route that the Volkswagen Beetle is taking, the danger sign jump. And I pass them on the jump. And usually when head-to-heads go over to this point, that is a clue it may be Final Arena 10. I'll know better after the arena shrinks and I open up the map. Alright, so this worked out well. I will get into a level 6. Turn away from where the head-to-head completes. I call that the progression of the game. If everyone stays in the area that the game leads them to, the progression of the game, you are quite possibly going up against higher level vehicles. Let's see here. Let's drive around. Take a peek at this drop. Drive around the perimeter of the future arena. Head over. Okay, yes, definitely it will be Arena 10. Based off of past experiences when the arena walls touch just northwest of Atlantis to Tula. That is a definite Arena 10. So here's a car coming right towards me. Let's turn around on them and engage in a head-to-head. And they are in a much faster Merc-AMG GT. It has near level 10 speeds. Wow. This would be great if I could beat them. I would definitely take the Merc-AMG GT over anything else offered. And it looks like the finish is along the north shore of the river. It is. So let's just go over the edge of this hill. Get on the road that leads along the riverbank. It's the wet season. If it was the dry season, I could just drive through the dry riverbed. Wow, this is great. Two head-to-heads beating faster vehicles. To a good start here. Alright, 19 drivers left, so this game is progressing here. And here's the highway top speeds between the Merc-AMG GT and the Ferrari. You can see why I definitely would take the Merc-AMG GT. So I will start driving around the perimeter of the future arena wall, and I open up the map and I can see most definitely it will be Final Arena 10. And I actually could use this in the final showdown if need be. Let's get over here on the highway and start going the direction of a head-to-head. Here is a vehicle in a R.J. Anderson going the wrong direction. And look at the difference in speeds between the Merc-AMG GT and the R.J. Anderson. And these are highway top speeds. I actually have a video that I made where I captured every single vehicle in the eliminators. Top speeds actually isn't too far from here. It was on the highway heading west towards Muleg, and it's within its own playlist, and it's a good tool to use to know what vehicles are faster than others and which are preferred when it comes to a decision, like when I selected this AMG GT over the Ferrari. And yes, it may be off a few miles per hour or kilometers per hour one direction or the other, but as I said, it's a very good tool to use. So if you've got different results, just leave that to yourself. Let's not get into a debate that it's 3 or 5 miles per hour, kilometers per hour faster than I posted. That's very minuscule. Okay, so this is offering the RJ Anderson, so I will decline that based off of the data I've collected. I know this is a much faster vehicle. My plan now is to just use this in the final showdown. Just come over here on the perimeter. And if someone comes towards me, I will engage in a head-to-head. But if not, this is the vehicle I will use in the final showdown. Here is the vehicle chasing me. And they are gaining on me very quickly. They are definitely in something faster. So I'm going to try to lead them away. See if I can get them going away from the direction of a head-to-head. And they are turning in a pretty closely matched Hoonigan Group A, although the Hoonigan Group A accelerates very quickly off-road. It is a level 10 for all intents and purposes. So let's just get through here. Oh, I had a tree, and I will slow this down. Watch what happens here. They wind up running into a tree as well as they are crossing the river, and I pass them and will beat them and most definitely take the Hoonigan Group A. Yes.
Opponent eliminated.
This couldn't have gone much better, so I am just going to stay here in this Hoonigan Group A, and if anyone comes towards me, I will engage in a head-to-head. If not, this is the vehicle I will use in the final showdown. Gladly. And look at this, someone just got into a Mercedes AMG 1, so I'm going to have my hands full in the final showdown. See this vehicle coming up behind me over here on the road, so I'm going to leave here so they don't come up behind me with speed and eliminate me. In case that's the Mercedes AMG 1 trying to rack up a bunch of elimination wins, which I consider an unnecessary risk. You are already in the vehicle you would like. I can see taking out quite possibly the competition if you are skilled enough to trust yourself and not possibly be eliminated, which I found has happened far too often. So, alright, let's slowly start making my way over and get in position for the final showdown and not leave enough time for anyone to engage and complete a head-to-head with me. That road just beyond the greenhouses is the path that I will take as I exit. Here's a vehicle over here Let's engage in a head-to-head with them just to see if I can get them to run out of position. They actually do appear to be going towards that, but head-to-heads are canceled. Right around here is the point that I like to leave from. Final showdown in 23 seconds. You can see on the map this point that I like to leave from. This is Arena 10. The range of time to leave is 21 to 24 seconds. I will leave at 21 seconds. Actually, as I turn around, it's 21 seconds. I would have preferred to leave at 22, but this will work. Merc-AMG 1, and I will slow this down. You can see all of the competition that I go by along the way, although I seem to be the only one that is going to time their exit here. The finish is northeast, so I am trying to get through the middle of this intersection. This is a clear path through here. Now I will go along the north side of the cloverleaf and try and go around the left center of this hill. There's a bump farther to the left there that'll send you flying into the air. Now I see the road configuration, the Dog's Head, and am heading through the top of the Dog's Head. Angle slightly over to the right and go up this hill. Didn't spin out, lost a bit of momentum, but I will be able to get this win in. So this is 4 wins in a row on this day. Yes! And this makes it win number 2,896. I'm getting there.
Winner! Welcome to the Illuminati!
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video along with all of my videos. And if you've been enjoying my content, subscribe. Please help me get to 1,000 subscribers.